odds and radicals, but today I'm here to show you how easy it is to make wine at home. I love making wine at home and I do it every year. And I think a lot of people are interested, but I think they're worried that it's going to be more complicated than it is. It really isn't. So today we're going to make ginger wine, but before we start I just want to talk to you a little bit about the equipment you will need. So I make my wine in demijohns. They're the glass bottles used for winemaking. You don't have to use one of those. You can use a large container or a large bottle. The first time I made wine, I used a 2-litre pop bottle, you know, one of the plastic ones, because I didn't want to spend any money in case I only did it the one time. What you will need, however, is an airlock. So you've got the rubber cork with the hole in the bottom, and then this is the airlock itself. You fill it with water and it's got a loose red cap. And all this does, it allows the gases from the fermentation process to escape. Otherwise you're going to have an explosion on your hands. And that's really all the equipment you need. Everything else you'll find at home. So today, like I said, we're making ginger wine. So you will need fresh ginger root. Now how much you use will depend on your own individual taste. I've used around 2 inches, probably around this much. Roughly chop it and then pop it in a pan with 2 litres of water and let it simmer for about an hour and a half. If you want, you can then turn the heat off and leave it overnight. That's what I did. And then I've just popped that in a demijohn. We've already got some of the sugar syrup in there, but I have to make it in 2 halves because I don't have a large pan. So to make your sugar syrup, add a litre of water or 2 if you've got a large enough pan, and then slowly add a kilogram of sugar, stirring gently. You just want to heat it gently because all that you really want is the sugar to dissolve. You don't want to end up with it burning or crystallising because that'll just ruin it. So then once that's dissolved, yeah, it's fully dissolved. So now I'm just going to go over to the sink to put it in my jug, otherwise I'll make a right mess. And then you just add that to your demijohn as well. Now I have left a little bit of the sugar syrup in the pan, and to this you're just going to add your lemon zest or orange zest. I'm using orange today. And the juice of your lemon or orange. Doesn't matter if you get any bits in. And then that half. Like I say, don't worry too much if you get any bits or seeds or pips in there. It doesn't really matter because that'll all just be left in the bottom of the demijohn anyway when you drain it into a new one. And now what you want to do with your yeast is, I know some people just put it straight in and that's fine, but I like to make sure it's activated first. So it's just ordinary baking yeast. You can get special winemaking yeast, but to be honest with you, when I've tried it, I couldn't tell any difference at all. So you want around 1.5 to 2 teaspoons of yeast. And then all I'm going to do is just add a spoonful of the syrup to a little jar of the yeast in and just mix it. And all you want that to do really is to start activating before you pop it in. Doesn't take long, so you just add some, you don't have to use your syrup, you can just add a little bit of water. And what you want is to see it start bubbling before you add it in. I always wait till this stage in the game though, because then I can just put the whole thing in there and add it to there, and then it's no messing around. So you'll smell it straight away. So you just wait for that to start activating, start bubbling, and as soon as you see like some bubbles appear, we're getting a few ones now. I don't think you'll be able to see it. Looks a bit messy, but hey ho. So then you just want to add that to your syrup. And then you just want to pop the rest of that into your demijohn And that's pretty much it. Can you get my jug again? Get every last bit of that yeast in. Make sure the yeast is properly dissolved. It just saves you having a big clump at the end. You don't have to be delicate with it. If you've got a few lumps in there, make sure you get the lumps out. You just want to get the most from the yeast. And then we'll just pop that in there. And then you're pretty much good to go. Place the airlock in it just at the top like that. And now it does look a bit messy, it doesn't look very tempting. But what will happen now is it'll begin to bubble, and that's normal. If it develops a foam on top, that's normal as well, don't worry too much. And then you just leave it for months until it stops bubbling, until the end of the fermentation process. When you get to that stage, when it stopped bubbling, all you need to do then is take a long pipe and siphon that off into a clean bottle or a clean demi-dram. And you want to leave any sediment, all of those floaty lumps will sink to the bottom. And then all you need to do is leave a little bit at the bottom so you're not drawing that sediment into the clean bottle. Cover it again, leave for 6 months, and then bottle up, and then you're good to go. It really is the easiest thing I make. So I hope you give it a go. Let us know how you get on with it all, and enjoy.